The Bottle Hair Grease Show. What is good? It's Shada Gemini returning for another amazing video. How y'all doing? This is Quarantine Shouty reporting live. So, no, I'm not live. I'm just recording. But hey y'all. What's going on? I really just wanted to come on here because I got all the time on my hands now, and I feel like Spirit is just like, okay, you have no reason to not be making videos right now. So this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm here. Before I get into the subject, I know, like I said, there's coronavirus stuff going on. Like I said, I already did a breakdown on that on my Twitter, and I posted it on my Instagram too. It's the third post on my Instagram. I post everything in my description box. But 3 things that I did wanted to say, like I reiterated in my last video when I went live. Number 1. Please change your diet, or at least improve it. I've been like having a really clean diet for the past 3 weeks before all this quarantine stuff happened. So like I said, I feel like that was like divinely planned out for me to do. Okay. Number 2, fear not. Please don't be scared. Like I said, if you, like I said, be doing the inner work and you really on your occult studies and your occult stuff, you have no reason to be afraid. And like I said in my last video, this is a test to see, have you really been doing the work? Are you who you say you are? Have you separated physical reality? Not separate, but do you know how to operate within the spiritual dimensions and the physical dimensions too? You know what I'm saying? And it'll be over soon, okay? But in the meantime, I would say work on shadow work, okay? Self-introspection. You can even work on your superpowers. I've been, as the years progress on, I feel like I'm getting my superpowers back. To the point they've been in dreams. I can do Reiki. I have clear cognizance. Okay, so and I didn't even know I can do Reiki until somebody let me try it on them. So use this time too to work on your superpowers. Okay, work on your craft, whether it's a business, meditation that you want to do differently, things of that nature. Okay, work on your craft, work on your superpowers. Figure out what kind of superpowers that you have. All right, that's very, very, very essential because, like I said, due to, our sun traveling through the photon band right now, so we're getting a lot of extra electricity, extra energy, okay? We're now under a light spectrum that is unlocking DNA, okay? That is bringing up abilities that have been dormant for centuries, all right? So now, and like I said, your diet does help with that in water. Like I said, I ain't saying being perfect. Like I said, I think I haven't got rid of fish or anything, but that's just me. I'm not saying be perfect with it. I'm just saying just improve it. If it's kind of shitty right now, you might want to improve it, okay? And I believe that's it. That's on my mind. The main topic that I wanted to do today, I really wanted to reiterate on the heart, or really the heart chakra, and just going about, I want to say, just spiritual matters with through the heart chakra. My last video I did, what inspired me to do this was Dragon Ball Z. I mentioned this in my last video that I went live on the other day. And yeah, just noticing the difference between a pure heart and not having a pure heart. Because, the heart chakra is the gateway between the physical world and the spiritual world. I'm really realizing how important the heart chakra is and how good it is to have it open. Like I said, doesn't mean having it open you be nice to everybody and turn the other cheek. That's not what it means. It's just having compassion towards humanity, having compassion towards certain situations to the point where you can transmute. That's what I do. I transmute my heart chakra energy instead of to others. I transfer it into myself. That's what makes it really open. So if I get an adverse reaction, or I find some adversity in my physical reality from a human or somebody like that, that's how my heart chakra is open. I can use that self-compassion that I have, or that compassion that I have towards them. Like, hey, this person probably hasn't worked on their triggers, don't even know they have triggers, and they know nothing. Yeah, some people, it's like me, I know what I know, okay? Am I going to debate you about it? No. But I see you haven't done as much studying as I have. You haven't watched what I watch. You haven't read what I read. You haven't experienced what I experienced. So I know what I know, and I'm having compassion on you to understand that, hey, you're kind of not where I am right now. So let me disengage. Let me not, it's not egotistical where it's like, you know, I'm shitting on your whole life. It's not like that. It's just like, okay, I understand you and where you are on your level. Okay, so move accordingly. That's kind of compassion. You know what I'm saying? It's just be able to, and once you have that, that's when you can move to the throat chakra, the pineal, and the crown chakra. Like I said, the crown chakra is really being asked with this coronavirus stuff to be to access your crown chakra, you know, to have that detachment, to feel like you're guided, to feel like this is for a higher purpose. And it is, because literally society is going to be reset. Literally people are noticing that, hey, my job told me they couldn't do this, but since we're quarantined now, I found out they can actually do it, you know. So it's just, this is really necessary to really get the collective or the masses to really see, is their government reliable, especially in a crisis. So like I said, this is kind of gonna make people question a lot of things more, especially the people who've really been comfortable. I call them the air breathers. The air breathers who just work, go home, eat, sleep, shit, and repeat every day. Okay, so this is giving them introspection to really look inside of their just basically to take a double look on the things that they been trusting, like their governments and their jobs and, you know, things like that. So that's really why this time is needed. Okay, but anywho, back to the subject at hand. One thing about Goku's pure heart, Goku was able to access Super Saiyan faster than Vegeta, despite Vegeta having training as a Saiyan and being aware of he was, or basically being aware of his origins, right? Goku having a pure heart really helped him reach Super Saiyan faster than Vegeta, because that heart chakra, like I said, heart chakra is the gateway to the spirit realm, right? And Vegeta didn't have an open heart chakra. Like, he was just using his abilities, even though he's a very strong fighter, he was using his abilities for destruction. And that took a little longer for him to make Super Saiyan, because, and a lot of Saiyans were like that. All of the Saiyans, they were very, that's what makes Goku different. All of the Saiyans, they were known to be very vicious, brutal. They love to fight. They love violence. So most of the Saiyans, before they got destroyed by Frieza, they never exceeded past the heart chakra. So that's why a Super Saiyan was a myth, a legend. Nobody believed it was real, because the Saiyans, they weren't living in their heart chakra like Goku was. And like I said, Goku was a Saiyan born on Earth. He was sent before the planet got destroyed to Earth, similar to like Superman. He was sent before the planet Vegeta got destroyed with all the Saiyans on it. So yeah, like I said, that's how he learned how to, you know, he learned how to soften his heart. But well, about many things, you know, he hit his head, and then was raised by Master Yoshi, and, you know, Gohan was like the guy who found him and stuff like that. So but yeah, like, looking at that's very interesting. Like I said, Vegeta should have, technically, if you basing it on stage, Vegeta should have been the first person to reach Super Saiyan, but his heart wasn't in it. Like, Super Saiyan is a accumulation of power, and it's like a rising of power, or Kai. So if you can't even penetrate to the heart chakra, yeah, you'll still be strong, but you won't make it to that next level of energy, power. Okay, and that's what Super Saiyan was. So this is why, so after the battle with Frieza, Vegeta was just like, wow, like, how did you make Super Saiyan? So, like, he was just going crazy, like, you know, how could he, I'm the strongest Saiyan in the universe, how can he make Super Saiyan before I did, or how did he do it? And now he's, like, literally obsessed with Goku, obsessed with, like, trying to catch up to Goku and trying to beat Goku. It's just, like, and that earns Vegeta's respect, like, dang, you really made it to Super Saiyan before me. So that is why the heart chakra is so important. Yeah, that's like what I wanted to explain. It's really crazy once you really think about it, honestly. Vegeta kind of represents the lightness and the darkness, a little polarity. Vegeta's heart was dark, but he needed to go into the light, and then Goku's heart was too light, so he needed to understand, like, hey, sometimes you're gonna have to kill people. Like, sometimes, you know, sometimes some people don't have a heart like you, so sometimes you can't give them mercy, because they're really not going to change. And if you don't take them out, then they're going to cause even more destruction if they do survive, instead of you just beating a lecture into them about morality. It doesn't work that way, right? So anything that you do, that's what I'm saying, like, that's, and I really feel like too, because his heart was so pure, you know how chakras work, like when your heart chakra is open, that allows for your lower chakras to, the energy from there to come to your heart chakra and then come all the way up. Because like I said, the heart chakra is the gateway. It's like the center of everything. Like, and if you have, anytime, like, this is why Bobby Hemmett says, annihilate yourself. You really have to annihilate yourself. You really have to become less egotistical. And what that means is, it's just like, I kind of, when I experience it, it's easy for me to explain. It's like annihilating yourself, meaning annihilate your ego, who you think you are, and really just letting the soul come forth, because the soul is really just pure light. It's just pure energy, right? It's just pure consciousness. Another thing that Bobby Hemmett talked about was when you have a pure heart, it allows you to see more, okay? Y'all know that story that Bobby Hemmett gave, where, you know, the man, he went on a journey. It was like an Indian Hindu story. The man went on a journey to find God, and throughout this journey, he didn't see anybody but this prostitute. And kind of find out, he ended up stopping talking to the prostitute, and the prostitute was just like, I am God. So it's just, excuse me, looking at things with preconceived notions of what you think things are. And if you have those preconceived notions, if you take those things from the past, you'll actually miss what's in front of you. This is why sometimes the Bible says, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but the Bible says that you can learn something from anything. Like, you can be 60 years old and learn something from a child, but it requires humility and purity to see that. You know, like how sometimes, especially my generation, I'm Generation Y, I was born in 95, sometimes my logic will be like more, I can really teach my parents something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really saying very, like, even when I was a child, I had very good points. I got popped in the mouth for, you know, the things that I would say, but sometimes I was right. Like, but it's because a lot of people don't have pure hearts to see, like, okay, let me step aside my ego. Maybe actually, let me sit down and actually listen to what this person is saying. You know what I'm saying? Or, for example, if you were an occultist, spiritualist, Luciferianist, whatever you want to identify yourself as, you can learn something from a Christian person. You know, it's just having that. That doesn't mean you're subscribed to Christianity. I'm going to get back. No, it's just like becoming pure in your heart to be able to see more. So once you pass this, you'll be able to see or have humility that they can actually provide me with some type of information. So, all of that is so important. It's really crazy how it works, honestly. Yeah, when you deal with things on a pure heart, really that's the key to evolution. Evolution from the lower body, the lower frequency of humanity, it gets you to the upper, you know, the upper chakras, or the higher dimensions of reality, you know, being able to be compassionate, kind, caring about the planet. But like I said, whooping somebody ass, if you need to whoop somebody else, it doesn't necessarily mean that. But that's just my observation, just from watching Dragon Ball Z. It's just because Goku had a pure heart, he was able to succeed Vegeta because of that heart space. Like I said, he knew nothing about Saiyans. He knew nothing about where he came from. He knew nothing. He knew nothing about Super Saiyan, and he knew nothing, like, until Vegeta was introduced to him, and then Vegeta helped him realize who he was and his origins. And that's why I be saying, like, work on your superpowers, because that's why niggas love anime so much. Niggas love anime so much because that's the shit that we used to do, and that's the shit that we can do, even in the astral world. Now, in the physical world, I'm still trying to figure out, you know, and probably in the physical world, because telekinesis and things like that are manifested in the physical world. So eventually we'll get to that point if you really work on yourself and if you really do heart chakra work. And sometimes it's way down. You really got to clear your heart chakra. You really have to, like, sometimes you'll block your heart chakra by, you know, your mistrust from the past. A lot of people got black heart chakras, especially a lot of men. A lot of men have really, really blocked heart chakras. And you can tell a man has a black heart chakra in his stamina. with a woman that he loves who opened his heart chakra, he can go around with that woman. He can make love for her for hours. But a nigga who's just trying to get his nut off, you know, he's one here to quitter. He probably won't even care about your needs. Okay, so that's how powerful the heart chakra is. Like, the heart is very, very vital. And I was disdained against this in the past because, you know, I thought feelings were weakness, but I'm learning how to feel. Okay, I'm an air sign. I don't really do well with emotions, but I realized, you know, my emotions are very, very, very intense. And because they were so intense, I didn't know what they were, so I used to try to suppress them. But instead of suppress them, I need to know how to feel them, and I need to know to speak from the heart and to live from the heart. Okay, but you have to balance your own heart chakra. You just have to, and it just requires a lot of healing. Or you can do the quick and easy method. You listen to those heart chakra binaural beats, and you'll feel it. Carry some rose quartz with you and everything. But really, the heart chakra is the way. This is why the fifth dimension is located in the heart chakra. Is where you can manifest. You manifest faster, a lot faster in the heart chakra. Because literally, you just pure hearted. Like I can't do that. It's like being the Fool. You know what I'm saying? The Fool in the tarot. Actually, this is one of my favorite cards. The Fool represents really just taking a chance. The Fool is very innocent. The Fool is number 0. So this is where you started. And, you know, you can see the symbology here. He's very happy. The sun is behind him. You know, the color in the background is yellow. So he's just really just taking a few trinkets he's not taking nothing heavy with them. Literally, that's what it is. When you're trying to do the heart chakra, you have to heal from the past. Take nothing with you. Leave all that stuff behind to go on a new adventure or to go experience other things, because there are other things greater than what you lost in the past. Okay, and it takes a lot of work. It took me a minute to get kind of in my heart chakra area, and us being in this quarantine, like I said, it's just help you really get in tune with yourself, okay? And understanding that really the heart is I realized too, the heart is really a separate entity from the brain. I remember my ex-girlfriend, she told me one time, she was just like, well, the heart and feelings are important because you can have a body, you can be brain dead, but the heart is what keeps the body alive. But if you were to remove the heart from the body, the brain is dead and the body is dead. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So I'm just like, wow, that does make a lot of sense. Like, the heart is really everything, and the heart is really a living entity. Okay, you can actually talk to your heart. I did this the other day, and I got a response, and I realized it's an entity. Like, the heart chakra, the heart is an entity. It's a separate entity from it's almost separate from the brain. You just have to. How you get to the fifth dimension is you merge, you know, your logical thinking and your heart together to make, you know, the best decisions for you. If you're too much in your head, that's a bad thing, because you won't be able to see any other possibilities. If you're too much in your heart, you know, it allows you to get taken advantage of and things like that. So it's all about balance. But be realizing that the heart chakra, it's a living entity. Talk to your heart chakra. Put your hand over your chest and literally just do a check-in with yourself, okay? Because it's so important. It really fuels the body. Even when you wield something and you feel it in your heart, it's like it goes out like this. This will be like the powerhouse of the body. The heart is the powerhouse of the body. Now, some people use their heart chakra to fuel their lower chakras, or this is what you should be doing. I shouldn't be saying what you should be doing. Do what you want to do. But I'm just here to convey a message, okay? You can use your heart chakra to obtain higher levels of consciousness in the human body. So it's all up to you and what you decide to do with it. But having a pure heart, being the Fool in certain situations, and annihilating yourself, annihilating your ego, is how you get the best experiences. Even with working with spirits, you have to work with spirits with pure heart, okay? Even I'm realizing, you know, meeting new people in relationships, going there with pure heart. I'm learning I can't hold anybody accountable to my past. You know what I'm saying? That's not their responsibility. So I have to give them that. It's like almost giving them the benefit of the doubt. But when I see something I don't like, or when I see something that's just like, oh, hold on, you know, then that's when I can be, you know, kind of pull it back a little bit. But I'm realizing I can't go into new situations with expectations from my past, because that'll really hold you back. And that's what kind of holds people back. Like I told y'all, in the fourth dimension is just knowing who you are, understanding that I'm not my past, understanding that I define who I am. And then once you, and I understand too from the solar plexus energy that I know me, and my outside circumstances or how people respond to me is not a reflection of me, because I know me. It's really important to have your solar plexus too before you can get to your heart chakra, okay? It's a building block. Chakras are like building blocks. I'm realizing that. Like, I'll be laying in my bed, meditating on my chakras, and I can feel when something's blocked. Like, literally, that's what I've been doing this whole time. Like, I've really just been laying in my bed, playing with my ethereal body, you know? Like, I've been channeling energy up, down, seeing, and I can tell, you know, but then again, I have been kind of eating edibles too. I haven't eaten edibles, but you know, substances of that matter, they do help with the spiritual process, or the spiritual processing, right? So it's like killing two birds with one stone, you know what I'm saying? So that is it. That's really all I want to say. Always, always, always check in with that heart chakra. Check in with your heart, okay? There are plenty of videos and crystals you can use to open your heart chakra. But I'm telling you, and you can't even reach your crown chakra without opening your heart. This is the gateway. You can't reach your throat chakra, your third eye, and here without opening the heart. The gateway the heart chakra is the gateway to the spiritual realm. Okay, when you are in the spirit realm, you cannot come with your preconceived human notions. Okay, you cannot come with the identity that you've had created in the physical world into the spiritual world. You have to annihilate that. Okay, you have to leave that where it is. Okay, you have to learn you have to be the master of all dimensions. You have to really separate yourself. Okay, not separate yourself, but it's just like know when to, you know when I can pull this energy, and know I can pull this energy in what time, you know. So I hope that makes sense. That's really all I wanted to talk about. I hope y'all are staying well and alive during these times. Like I said, don't worry about nothing. Everything is gonna be all right. But I really just wanted to show my face, because like I said, now I have no excuse. It's like now you have no excuses to not do no videos. So I'm gonna start doing videos now, since we have more time on our hands. And honestly, I've been having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time during this quarantine stuff. Like my work schedule right now is amazing, and I'm still getting paid. Like, so I have a lot of free time on my hands. I did change my email. So I'll put in my new email that I'm using for like readings. So y'all want to get in contact with me and stuff in my description box. And with that being said, I love you all. Bye.